Before we get into this week's show, I want to give you 3 challenges for the month of May. These are not sponsors, but just friends that we support, so helping them helps us. First challenge is to go to thewhiskeypeople.com for all your whiskey education needs. No matter if you want to be a server at a restaurant that knows what they're talking about, a bartender extraordinaire, start your own distillery, or just a whiskey snob that needs to know more, please check this place out. Second challenge for the month of May is to go watch Penny Palabras on Amazon Prime. You don't need to be an Amazon Prime member to watch Penny Palabras, so please go watch it, then come back and post in the comments what you think. Our third and final challenge for the month of May is to go try Old Pulteney 12 and let us know what you think. If you are in Western Washington, it is available at Louis G's in Fife, Washington. Go take a few sips, then post in the comments what you think. Now on with the show. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another. This is the final episode in our St. Patrick's Day specials. We like to celebrate certain holidays a little longer. Being a whiskey show, St. Patrick's Day, I mean, don't be that guy on St. Patrick's Day who drinks green food coloring. I mean, come on, really? You're going to drink food coloring and beer? That's how you do it? No, drink Irish whiskey. That's the way to do it. And that's what the past 2 months has been about.
I've got a lot of thoughts on St. Patrick's Day, not the least of which is that it's, a racist holiday celebrating something horrible that happened to our people. Yeah. But if you're going to go out there and you're going to drink on St. Patrick's Day, obviously be responsible. But number 2, and most importantly, don't drink crap. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. That's all. That's
a responsible drinker in quality, if not in attitude.
And I think if somebody drinks Fireball on St. Patrick's Day, don't you get to set them on fire?
Yep. You don't get to, unfortunately. I've looked into it pretty extensively. But, I think that most people who are Irish don't go out on St. Patrick's Day anyway. We stay inside and drink.
We were able to drag you out somehow.
Yeah, well, I'm a fan.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we got Green Spot. I don't know. What do you know about? Should we let Dark Helmet do his thing?
Probably.
Probably? All right. Here's our buddy Dark Helmet.
They're not small pours.
You met a bartender that knows how to do a small pour?
Not one that wants a repeat business.
Okay. Now, you'd think after we reviewed several of these that it'd be easier to get a positive opinion out of me. But I think out of all of them, I think I like this one the least.
Really?
Yeah, this one, if I had to pick a least out of all of them, I mean, this is okay. It's decent. It's not bad. I've had worse. But this is my least favorite. It definitely does not feel... I don't know. Did he say triple distilled on this one?
He did not. But it would be assumed. It's a single pot whiskey.
Okay.
But since it's Irish, we have to assume it's triple distilled, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't get this light color and flavor unless it was.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's pretty safe to assume, especially Irish has to be aged fairly long. I think it's 3 years. And you're going to get darker color out of that than if it's only double distilled.
Okay. What's your thoughts on Green Spot?
I think it's good. I have no problems with it. It is, like a lot of typical Irish, fairly light, kind of fruity on there. It's not got the heavy kind of flavor to it. You're not going to get as much caramel and wood. It's more, light and fruity, which I like. One of my favorite cheap whiskeys is the, why am I spacing? Tullamore Dew. And this reminds me a lot of that.
which we revisited a few episodes back.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's always my benchmark, I guess you would say. So I compare Irish to Tullamore Dew because it's cheap and very good drinkable. And I would say this is more expensive and very drinkable.
Benchmark is my benchmark, but But as far as Irish go, I would say Tullamore Dew is still the pick for low price and decent quality. I just this doesn't have. I'd be really interested in the yellow or red if we ever can get a hold of it, the red spot or the yellow spot. But this green spot, I'm not massively impressed by it. I don't know. Christian, what's your thoughts?
I think of the whiskeys that we've tried today, it tastes the most like our benchmark whiskey, the Tullamore Dew. It has that flavor. What it doesn't have is any burn in the back, which I thought was weird because at the front when you first sip it, it tastes almost exactly like Tullamore Dew, but when you swallow, it doesn't have that bite that you get at the end of it at all. It's just non-existent, which makes it very, very smooth, and dangerous. It's Irish with training wheels. It's a good. This is a great starter whiskey because it doesn't have anything that's going to hurt you at the back end of it, and that's why a lot of people get afraid of getting into sipping whiskeys because of that bite. This doesn't have any of that. It is dangerous. I'm going to pass out now.
As far as I'm concerned, honestly, this tastes much more. I agree with them, with Jeff and Christian. This is more like almost like a Tullamore Dew. But then again, Tullamore Dew and this both today's, they really, at least in my opinion, taste like traditional Irish whiskey. There's that little bit of bite and everything like that. It tastes like traditional Irish whiskey, the way it should be. This stuff is actually, it's got that little bit of bite on the tongue, but it's pretty traditional and it's really, really good. I would buy this again and again and again. It's really good stuff, man.
$5 a bottle.
All right, I think in closing, now, Jeff, you may have to just go back into your own personal drinking experience, but if you have to pick three, for us, it'll be the three top whiskeys of the past 3 months, but for you, it'd be the basically your top three Irish whiskeys.
Well, I had to go out and buy a bottle of this when I tried it, which, right now the Irish I drink at home is Tullamore Dew, the Jameson Black Barrel, and another top Irish. Those are the ones I have. Yeah, I mean the green spot's good. It's not different enough from Tullamore Dew that I think it's worth the price, especially because I don't mind that little bit of extra kick in the back that you get from that. But I'm sure there are many good ones out there. So yeah, those are my top two. I'll stick with that.
Okay. All right. For me, my top three Irish that we've tried today, or that will in this live event, and that we've had shows on for the past several weeks, I would say Napogue. Actually, no. Number one would be Proper 12. I would say number two would be the what was it? Oh man, what is it called?
The Sexton?
Sexton. There we go. Sexton was Sexton. That's number two. The was it Napogue? Mm-hmm. I think is that how you say it? Yeah, Napogue. I think is that's my third. So what's your?
Call it Askisser if you want to say it in English.
Right. Yeah. He by the way he made. We don't know what the full. So he made up. Na means ass. So yeah.
My top one for the last few episodes is, I'd say, got to be the Proper 12. It hit all the right notes for me. It didn't feel like a special occasion whiskey, but it still tasted good, and it was something that I wanted more of right away. Obviously, I enjoyed the Tullamore Dew because it's kind of my standby next to Redbreast, which gets a special mention from me because I got a bottle of the Redbreast 18 for my wedding, and I just dip into that anytime very, very small amounts. No more than a half a bottle at a time. And my third place for the week is going to be the Sexton. That Sexton it tasted special.
Yeah.
You know, that what was it? Was that the Copper Pot distilled one? Yeah, really, really interesting flavor. And coming up fourth has got to be that bourbon barrel aged Napogue, right? Was that what that was? Yeah. Just because it hit, I don't know, because of the hodgepodge that it was, I loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't normally like things that taste like three other things. This time was an exception.
Cool. Gabe?
Well, honestly, I'd have to say number 3's got to be the Sexton. I really thought that was a good Irish whiskey, especially with it being the way that it was with the what do I call it, the single malt. Mm-hmm. There it is. Yeah, that was really good stuff. Now, the second, I'm actually surprised with it, but the Napogue, right? Yeah, the ass kisser, as Christian wants to call it. I was really surprised. That was the stuff with the bourbon barrel bit. I really liked that. I thought that was really, really delicious. Then again, I'm also I'm a good Scotch, but also a good bourbon drinker. So I really appreciated what they did with that. That was really delicious. But the third and final, my number one being, I hate that I'm actually agreeing with all of these guys right off the bat, but I gotta say, it's gotta be the only proper for the proper 12. Conor McGregor actually had a good idea when he came up with this, and it's really that damn good a whiskey to where I'll keep buying it again and again.
If he ever sees this episode, he's going to tweet that he invented whiskey. You realize that, right?
I don't care. Let him have his little bit. He's already going to need money after the legal battle he's about to have to deal with.
If that little guy punches you, it's over.
You know what? That's fair enough. I'll take one of his punches as long as he sits there and gives me a bottle of whiskey as recompense.
Oh, see? That's a good endorsement. I would let Conor McGregor punch me in order to drink more of this whiskey.
I have to say, no, I wouldn't either. But as long as you do it for the show, as long as you let him do it on camera, yeah. So,
Conor McGregor, if you ever end up watching this, I'll take a slug right to the face from you if you end up endorsing us. Please give it up.
How is I dare you to punch me? Is that like a call in?
Call out, call in, call medium, something.
Come here and actually beat me.
Come on.
So, anyways, that's the end of our St. Patrick's Day specials. We hope you like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share. So, any final comments to our Irish whiskey specials?
Just drink safe and cheers.
All right. Remember the first Saturday in May, 12 noon, we will be back at Louis G's. And with I hear rumors that there might be a performance of this gentleman.
Special guest for you. Yeah, we might be able to put a performance together for you for that. Okay. I'm just excited to come back to this place. This place is awesome. Yeah. It's going to be great. I'd love to see a bunch of you here. In fact, come on down.
Yeah, it's a great venue. We're going to do a benefit for a dog rescue organization, and more details on that later. See you in a bit. See you next week. Bye. I'm cut off.